ever said BMW M3s couldn't be practical? I mean, look at that, plenty of space down here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of whatever this is, my 1 Series build, I guess you could call it. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today we've got a quick video. I'm going to be installing...
Could you try again?
Bruh, Siri, you gotta chill.
I'm not sure I understand.
Siri doesn't understand chill. Anyway, back to this though. So when I bought this car, previous owner did a few things. He put the new wheels on, which honestly for me to buy the car and already have a set of VMR wheels, which I think these ones in particular were maybe, I want to say like $900 to $1,000. And then on top of that, it just had like brand new rubber put on. So kind of got a good deal on that end. But the other thing that the previous owner did is he put this rear diffuser on, which I actually don't mind. It's a bit of like a carbon fiber knockoff kind of deal. So you can see here, it's a little bit plasticky and kind of cheap. And it's even kind of melting here at the exhaust. So honestly, not that bad. I kind of like it, but I did do some research and I found online an even better alternative in my opinion. So for $200, I picked up a new rear diffuser for the Oneer. We're gonna try and throw that on today. And I figured I'd take you guys along with me. I also happen to have the original one because the previous owner did keep it. So I will have 3 rear diffusers that I'll end up putting on this mat at some point. So if you are in the market for a new rear diffuser for a 1 Series E82 chassis, you can, I don't know, maybe like get a glance of them here. I haven't seen it with the stock one on, but I'm assuming if you're interested in buying one for yourself, maybe you have the stock one on your car currently, so you know what that looks like. As far as this one goes, I don't know what the make and model of it is. I'm sure there's a sticker on the inside, so if I find one, I will tell you exactly what it is. But otherwise, I think it's nice. It's cool looking. It just doesn't have like the flared out part, I guess, down in this region right here that I'm really looking for. So hopefully this one solves that, this new one. But for those of you who aren't familiar with the one that's already on the car currently, I'll just show a couple clips right now. But before we dive into the build, I am actually kind of really excited for this moment because this will technically be the first mod that I actually put onto the car as like a bolt-on option. I know I technically did the stickers and the interior trim before, which is just this where I've wrapped everything that was mahogany wood or whatever the wood color is in some sort of carbon fiber wrap like this here. But aside from maybe unscrewing and putting on wheels at a track day, this will be the first time I'm actually making a change that's cosmetic to the car that requires any wrenching. So I'm really excited for this moment. I've never replaced a rear diffuser before. I have no idea what I'm doing. But either way, guys, I'm really excited for this. So hopefully everything goes smoothly, and I'm just gonna begin by removing the old diffuser. So let's try and figure this out. Let's go. All right, so the old diffuser is now off the car. Pretty simple deal if I just go over here. Just a nice little 8mm, oh, there we go, millimeter socket, wherever it is, there it is. And a couple of just easy screws. I'm actually slightly worried because the screw holes don't actually line up from bumper to bumper. Some of them do, but some of them don't. If I have to drill into this new diffuser, honestly, it's not the biggest problem in the world. I'm gonna see how it fits first. But yeah, that might be something we have to look into as well. But we're gonna see. So that's pretty much it. It is interesting to see no diffuser on the car at all. Yeah, not as actually all that impressive from an exhaust standpoint, but kind of weird seeing everything all exposed like that. Kind of looks cool though, not gonna lie. And here's a comparison also for those of you who are actually interested in wondering. This is the stock one, the diffuser that just came off the car, and the one that's going on. As far as what make and model this diffuser is, it doesn't actually say in there. So if you know and you recognize it, maybe drop it in the comments down below. But yeah, here's kind of what they look like all compared to each other. All right, so let's get to mocking it up and seeing if we can just kind of stick it in place. Oh, all right, friends. we're back. It's not quite the plug and play I was hoping for. I think that's probably the nature of cheap parts like this. So currently what we're looking at here is I've got too much space on this right side of the car, not enough kind of room on the left side, so it's not flush. And then the other problem is it's not really lining up with the previous screw holes from the previous diffuser, so I think that's kind of like the main challenge at this point. So we're kind of on the car, and overall I like the style of the bumper, but there's some room in here which is not ideal. And then on the other side, which is not quite mounted up properly anyway, but this will wrap around to there, and ultimately that's not too bad. And it matches the other side, but there's just, you know, the screw holes, the spots are not lining up the same as the other. So one of the thoughts I had was, if you see on the previous one, there's kind of this way down here screw hole, and that lines up right under here, this bit here. There's a bit of location just underneath the bumper, which in theory would work. So one of the thoughts I had was just to kind of cut my own space for it out of the diffuser here, just by cutting along here. So that would line up this bottom surface, which I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it would ideally line up the bottom surface so that I can actually throw a screw hole through by drilling it here. And then throw a screw up. But I think the design of this rear diffuser here is actually supposed to be a little bit lower to the ground, and that's where that extra, I would say, inch or so comes from. So I think at this point what I'm going to do, since I have a screw hole on this bottom right side, it doesn't look pretty though, but what I will do is create a new spot for a screw to go in the middle of the diffuser, because that hole doesn't quite line up, but I can just drill a new one there. And then on the bottom left side of the car, I think I'm going to drill a new hole into the bumper, which is kind of terrifying, but I don't see any other way to mount it up. In worst case scenario, I just go with nothing for the time being, get a second set of eyes on it on a different day. So we'll see. I'm this close to drilling, but I'll keep you guys updated for sure. All right, friends, it officially is on the car now. Kind of exciting because I put my own little touch on this car for once. I'll show you guys just like the full reveal and maybe a couple more glamour shots, although we're not gonna get too in depth. It's a bit dirty right now, but we did figure it out, kind of. So we kind of just like, what I ended up doing, because it's this left side that was really the challenge. The right side, we had a screw hole there. I've got one going through the middle, and then it has like little grooves at the top to find its like location and seat in properly there. So I do actually have one extra little screw. I'm just gonna take that and put it in my room, and if I feel as though it needs another one somewhere mounted on there, maybe I'll use it. Currently, I don't feel that way. I actually think it's on there pretty good. But here's what we did on this left side here. On this left side here, there's just a single screw going that way into the rear bumper on the inseam here. Not totally flush, which I guess, you know, maybe a cheap part it was never going to be, but it seems to be holding all right at the moment. And kind of on that end, there isn't really like a retaining clip on the actual bumper of the car that is holding the screw in. I just drilled a hole that was slightly too small for the screw and then tapped into basically the bumper. It seems to be doing a fine job right now, and as long as the bumper doesn't just like spring free, which I don't think it will, I think we're pretty much in there. At some point in the future, if I get this car up on a lift and I'm surrounded by people who know what they're doing, I will probably ask for their opinion, find better mounting points, and we'll actually make sure it's legit, and maybe they have a few tips as far as shaping the diffuser itself so that it fits a little more flush, but otherwise I would say we're there. Just because it's my eyes and I'm the one that put it on there, I'm of course a little picky with some of the fitment. It's not great, but I think for most people, like I had my dad out here, you probably won't even notice it unless you're really looking for it. So just generally looking at the car right now, that's the diffuser right there. It's a little more prominent, kind of sticks out from the back bumper. I kind of like that. Having a look in the round here, it's just nice, right? It's kind of like a little bit more of a, you know, aggressive bit here. It's a little weird that it doesn't line up there, but you know, cheap parts, what can you do? So I guess from this angle, looks pretty decent. And then as far as the awkward spacing goes, like you can kind of see through there, which is not ideal. Of course, I don't like that. Same goes for this side as well. The gap is a little bit bigger, but here again, I don't think anyone is really going to notice that other than me because I put it on the car. So that's pretty much going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If I do end up modifying it in the future, I will just update you in whatever the video that is. I'm assuming the car will be up on a lift, so I'll have a second look at it. Anyway, I will update you guys if I do end up changing the bumper or the diffuser in any way in the future. Till then, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did and you want to see more of this car being built, I will just leave links to the Instagram down below so you can see the pictures of it. And subscribe, because that's pretty much all this channel is going to be. It's just like one content, and maybe, you know, if a new car comes along, hint, hint, we'll feature that as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.